Hello, welcome to Aviva Studios. Okay, so today we're going to take a long look at Shel Silverstein and just like talk about things, right? So I got notes for I have notes for the Giving Tree, right? But before that, we're gonna go read this thing, The Deadly Weapon, which is Shel Silverstein's finest work. So you can see it, right? Yeah, you can see the title, The Deadly Weapon. Okay, so yeah, so you're reading it, yeah, because there's 2 pages, so I just need to wait for you to read it, and then we'll move on. Yeah. Okay, so here's the second page. Yeah, that's crazy. Right, so I hope you got that. Now we're gonna begin reading The Giving Tree. Unless I can find just a few more people to jump in. Mm. Yep. So yeah, I got notes, and I'm gonna read from them. Yep. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. This is one of the greatest children's books ever written. Right, and I like that it doesn't tell you how to feel. There aren't that many books like that, right? Like books, oh, I mean, cause I think most books, they will at one point tell you how to feel. This one doesn't do it ever. So once there was a tree, right? And she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and then make them into crowns and play king of the forest. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed this yet, but the tree never looks the same in any part of the book, right? So in every single time the tree shows up, it looks different, right? Which is so cool. Like, you don't have to do that, but I don't know, it's great. The tree bends because it's supposed to be his mother. Okay, he would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples, and they will play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Right, so he found a girlfriend, I guess. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk, and swing up my branches, and eat apples, and play in my shade, and be happy. I am too big to climb trees," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city, then you'll have money, and then you'll be happy." Right, so I like how, when he grows up, there's more words. It's more complicated. And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. Okay. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And the tree was sad. And then one day, the boy came back. And the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." I am too busy to climb trees, said the boy. I want a house to keep me warm, he said. I want a wife and I want children. And so I need a house. Can you give me a house? I have no house, said the tree. The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you'll be happy. And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. Right? And I think we are supposed to take that at face value. Right? You are supposed to believe that the tree is happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. Come, boy, she whispered. Come play. I am too old and sad to play, said the boy. I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat? Cut down my trunk and make a boat, said the tree. Then you can sail away and be happy. And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. Like, okay, this is a strange picture. He draws him bending over and his nose is down here. So you can see his sharp nose here. So he's bending over because he's old, I guess, I don't know. And his nose is down there. Yeah, I read this book was read to me when I was like 6, 7, and it was only read to me once, right? And I don't remember feeling anything except just sad at the ending. And the tree was happy, but not really. Right, and I am assuming she's not really happy because he's going away for a long time. I'm assuming. And after a long time, the boy came back again. I am sorry, boy, said the tree, but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples, said the boy. My branches are gone, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I am too old to swing on branches, said the boy. My trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I am too tired to climb, said the boy. I am sorry, sighed the tree. I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I am sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. Right, so this book is amazing. It seems to be just like a story about life without any judgments, right? Like, this is just how people live, and I like that. Let me go to my notes. Okay, so I first had the book read to me when I was like 6 or 7. It was very upsetting. I was very upset by the ending. And I feel sad that I didn't have time to, like, I didn't get to read it for myself, like, because I didn't see it in the library, right? And I didn't go to it, right? But so I never had time to, like, really dwell on it. And that's the kind of setting. I wonder what my thoughts would have been if I did that. Okay, so The Giving Tree is a book about a boy who, over the course of his life, takes something from a tree who loves him until she's nothing but a stump. It's simple but very profound. Yeah, it's like a modern day fable, but unlike something like Red Riding Hood, where the message is clear, don't give personal information to strangers, The Giving Tree is a lot harder to dissect. So I love how the tree calls him boy, right? Because it's like a mother, she's always a boy to him. Or it could just be that the tree lives for hundreds of years, so a man is always going to be a boy, right? Because the tree is like hundreds of years old. Right, so you're always going to be a boy to a tree. Oh yeah, so I've already read the book. There's a PDF of it online. I don't know, should I go back and read it for the new guys? I don't know. Wait, should I go back and reread it, or should you, take the PDF? Yeah, like, if you go back in the stream, you'll see me reading it. I don't know. Or is that, like, too upsetting? I don't know. Yeah, she's meant to be motherly, and Shel Silverstein actually read the book himself, and gave her a sort of motherly voice. Right, because you can find that on YouTube, which I'll link in the description. Right, so when the tree gives him apples, it's kind of like your mother giving you lemons and telling you to sell lemonade. Right, that's what it feels like. Right, and to me, other than not keeping the tree company, the boy has done nothing wrong. Right, so we see this last page here, right, with the boy just sitting there, right, and it's like, and the tree was happy. You know why the tree was happy? Because this time, the boy stayed. Right, the tree's happy because this time the boy stayed. So, Jeremy, you want me to read the book again? Or should you just go back to the start? Okay, so nothing ever happens to the tree without her consent, right? She's willing to give it all the way. The boy asks for money, and the tree says, take my apples. The boy asks for a house, and the tree says, take my branches, right? So, like, the sadness of this book comes from the servile joy of the tree, right? The tree is just ripping pots off, and then the boy have it. The boy didn't ask for the branches. He just said, can you give me a house? She could have said no. Right, but she's supposed to be like a motherly character, so she's giving him the tools in order to survive in the world. Right, she could have just not given him stuff. Right, she's supposed to be his mother, right? So, the sadness of the story is like the servile joy that's coming from here. Where he's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I couldn't give you more stuff. Right. Right, which is very upsetting to like people who are actually like that. Right, who like, they just want to give and they feel bad about not giving. The boy feels real to me. People talk about how they're in a toxic relationship. Maybe it is slightly, like, the only toxic thing that is happening is the fact that he isn't giving the tree attention. Right, but in the end, he finally does. And so, it's a sort of happy moment, but sort of bitter, because, you know, he took all this away without giving her attention first. Right, and I like that he doesn't make any judgments in the book. Right, but so, I think the only thing he does that's wrong is not give her attention. Right, so if you go to that page, and the tree was often alone. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about another aspect. The boy's success. Okay, one sad part about the book is that we never know if the tree is happy. Is that we know that the tree is happy, but we don't know if the boy is happy. Okay, so did he make money? Did he make a good house? Did he find a wife? Did he have kids? Did he enjoy traveling? Did he ever find happiness? The book doesn't say. We get like a snippet of his emotions here, where it's like, I am too old and sad to play. I'm too old and sad, right? So he's sad. Is it because he failed? Right? There's like a rewrite of the story where the boy comes back with his own kids and they had their own trees. So it's like, but he doesn't do that here. Is it because he never had a family? Right? Kind of looks like that. So it kind of looks like his business failed, his house crumbled, he divorced his wife, and he never had kids. Right? It kind of looks like that. But we don't have an answer. It could be that he has children who have their own trees. I don't know. Who have their own tree. If it symbolizes motherhood. Right. So, in the end, it says the tree is happy, and the man looks totally destroyed. He doesn't look happy in that picture. So something I want to say is that life is not about success. Life is not about winning the medal and adoring crowds. Nope. You wake up, go to the bathroom, you eat breakfast, you give your friends a call maybe, you go to the train station, maybe you buy some snacks there, right? You go feel like pigeons in the park. And if you're not satisfied with that, you're not going to be satisfied with life, right? So it's not about a hurrah. It's not about hurrah. it's not about a big hurrah, it's just you live. Right, and maybe you succeed, maybe you don't, but like, you live. Criticism for the book. Right, so people say this book is sexist, that it expects women to be these givers, and that's all they are, right? And they're just happy with it, right? Some people say, this book is about capitalist greed, or something, which I can see that. Right, it's interesting that Shel Silverstein was a guy who frequented the Playboy Mansion, right? Wrote all these weird, like, dirty kind of songs, and then he ends up writing a book about sacrificial love. Right, you wouldn't expect this kind of book to come from someone like him. I believe the definition of love is wanting the most for someone without expecting anything in return. Right, so the tree loves the boy in the purest way possible because she gives and she doesn't expect anything back. Now, not expecting anything back isn't a bad thing, right? But not getting something back is a bad thing, right? So I think, yeah, it's right to have a problem with that. Right? But, like, you are supposed to believe that being a giver is good, right? You are supposed to take it at face value that the tree was happy, right? And in the end, the tree is happy, not just because she has something to give, but because the boy stayed. Right? I mean, I guess it kind of hurt to read the book again. Okay, so let's go into, I pretty much said everything I need to say. But maybe I didn't say it clearer, I don't know. I hope I said it clear enough. So I want to read the first one. Okay, so, I'm gonna ask, Shel Silverstein's books in order, because I want to read it in order. I think this might be the first one. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Lafcadio is kind of long. We're not gonna read that one, right? So, I don't see. I don't see. Okay, I actually, because I didn't see where the sidewalk ends. I'll just start with the light in the attic. I think it's the first. Okay, so I'm sorry I couldn't get the actual book, but here are the poems. Yeah, we begin like this, right? A light in the attic. There's a light on in the attic. Though the house is dark and shuttered, I can see a flickering flutter, and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see from the outside, and I know you're on the inside, looking out. So, I don't know, this is cute. It's kind of like, and there's like a drawing of this, kind of remote looking house, with the light on, and it's like, oh, like, I want you to come out of here. Like, you get that feeling, that the house kind of sucks, maybe. I don't know. And they're like a friend, or someone who wants to be a friend, and they're looking out, and they want them to come out. He has such a great rhythm. Like here. Grandma sent the hammock, the good Lord sent the breeze. I'm here to do the swinging. Now who's gonna move the trees? Right, a great rhythm. Simple little joke. I like the drawing there was great, but yeah, you can't see it because this is a compressed version. Oh yeah. Policeman, help me, please. Someone went and stole my knees. I chase him down, but I suspect my feet and legs just won't connect. Like, he just came up with a lot of interesting ideas. Ooh, this one's nice. I like this one. When the light is green, you go. When the light is red, you stop. But what do you do when the light turns blue with orange and lavender spots? Right, so basically a poem about thinking of the unexpected. Right, I like it. Yeah. Draw a crazy picture. These are words I live by, right? Draw a crazy picture. Write a nutty poem. Sing a mumble-gumble song. Whistle through your comb. Do a loony-goony dance. Cross the cushion floor. Put something silly in the world. They ain't been there before. Mo memorized the dictionary, but just can't seem to find a job. Or anyone he wants to marry. Someone who memorized the dictionary. Right, so our interests don't align with what you can work with, or or what people find flattering. Okay, sometimes he has like a story, like a whole scenario. Whoever's room this is should be ashamed. His underwear is hanging on the lamp. His raincoat is there in the overstuffed chair, and the chair is becoming quite mucky and damp. His workbook is wedged in the window. His sweater has been thrown on the floor. His scarf and one ski are beneath the TV, and his pants have been carelessly hung on the door. His books are all jammed in the closet. His vests have been left in the hall. A lizard named Ed is asleep in his bed, and his smelly old sock has been stuffed to the wall. Whoever's room this is should be shamed. Donald or Robert or Willie or, huh? You say it's mine? Oh dear. I knew it looked familiar. And then just ends on a non-rhyme. Wow. Seriously? Okay. So there's actually descriptions of the pictures that you can't see. That's kind of sadder, honestly. Wait, is this for the blind? um... Okay, Mr. Smids and Mr. Spats. Mr. Spats had 21 hats, and none of them were the same. And Mr. Smids had 21 heads, and only one hat is to his name. Now, when Mr. Smids met Mr. Spats, they talked of the buying and selling of hats, and Mr. Spats bought Mr. Smids' hat. Did you ever hear anything crazier than that? But he has a lot of drawings that would freak me out as a child. Right, all of these pictures were are kind of uncomfortable to look at. Superstitious. If you are superstitious, you never step on cracks. When you see a ladder, you will never walk beneath it. And if you ever spill some salt, you'll throw some across your back. And carry around a rabbit's foot just in case you need it. You'll pick up a pin that you find lying around. You'll pick up any pin that you find lying on the ground. And never, never, ever throw your hat upon your bed. Or open an umbrella when you put on the house. You'll bite your tongue each time you said a thing you shouldn't have said. You'll bite your tongue each time you say a thing you shouldn't have said. You hold your breath and cross your fingers, walking by a graveyard. A number of 13s is never gonna do any good. Black cats will all look vicious if you're superstitious, but I'm not superstitious. Knock on wood. Okay. Everything King Midas touched turned to gold, the lucky fellow. Every single thing I touched turns to raspberry jello. Today I touched the kitchen wall. Squish! I went and punched my brother, Paul. Swish! I tried to fix my bike last week. Sploosh! And I kissed my mother on the cheek. Gloosh! I got into my overshoes. Swish! I tried to read the evening news. Swish! I sat down on the easy chair. Swish! I tried to comb my whippy hair. Swish! I took a dive into the sea. Swish! Would you like to shake hands with me? Swish! Pretty scary. Eight balloons no one is buying. Or broke loose one afternoon. 8 balloons with strings a-flying, free to do what they wanted to. One flew up to touch the sun, pop. One thought highways might be fun, pop. One took a nap in the cactus pile, pop. One stayed to play with a careless child, pop. One tried to taste some bacon flying, pop. Frying. One fell in love with a porcupine, pop. One looked close in the crocodile's mouth, pop. One sat around till his hair ran out. Whoosh! 8 balloons no one was buying. They broke loose and away they flew. Free to float and free to fly, and free to pop where they wanted to. I like that. That's cute. Like, is this deep? Like, is this about how, people do risky things, but, like, it's worth to take the risk? She wanted to play the piano, but her hands couldn't reach the keys. When her hands could finally reach the keys, her feet couldn't reach the floor. When her hands could finally reach the keys and her feet could reach the floor, she didn't want to play the piano anymore. This book is like really long. It's a long one. I would love to get the books. I've never actually owned them. I think I saw one in a library, but the pictures kind of weirded me out. Standing is stupid, crawling's a curse, skipping is silly, walking is worse, hopping is hopeless, jumping's a chore, sitting is senseless, leaning is a bore. Running is ridiculous, jogging is insane. Guess I'll go upstairs and lie down again. Ooh, the man in the iron mask. In the iron pale mask. Ooh, I don't remember this one. He's the man in the iron pale mask. He can do the most difficult task. He can duel, he can joust, he can charge, he can chase. He can climb, he can rhyme, he can wrestle and race. He'll show you his courage, but never his face, no matter how often you ask. He's the brave and the fearless, the usually tearless man in the iron pale mask. Right, so the picture is just a boy with a pail on his head. Okay. I would like to see that. Oh, yeah. So, Shel Silverstein, most of the poems in this aren't all that deep, aren't all that interesting. Every now and then he has something like really strong, right? Like the Gulu bird. The Gulu bird, she has no feet. She cannot walk upon the street. She cannot build herself a nest. She cannot land and take a rest. Through rain and snow and thunderous skies, she weeps forever as she flies. and lays her hags high over town, and prays the day falls safely down. That's pretty great. Like, very simple words, talking about, like, mothers with no money, basically. No way to go. It's like a homeless woman. Right, she has no feet. And she has no nest. She has no feet and she has no nest. Right, so where the sidewalk ends, thankfully I actually have the book for this. The book PDF. This is a pretty great book. I would love to own it. I'm not sure who Ursula is. Is that a girlfriend? 1974? Yeah, this is a great start. If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hooper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some fox golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. Oh, it's before the book. That's cute, I like that. Right, so, homemade boat. This boat that we just built is just fine. And don't try to tell us it's not. The sides and the back are divine. It's the bottom I guess we forgot. The first line is kind of awkward. I always thought that, the word just should be used once. Right, like, this boat we just built is fine. And don't try to tell us it's not. The sides and the back are divine. Is the bottom I guess we forgot. I always thought she needs one just. Right, so this is basically a poem about missing the point. Right, like, because the sides of a boat don't make a boat. It's the bottom. Right? The simplest boat you can make is a raft. Right? So they kind of just didn't understand what a boat was. Right, it's interesting that a guy like Shel Silverstein read a poem like this. Hug a War. This one's like one of the cutest. The drawing ain't so cute though. The drawing is strange. I wanna play a hug a war. I'd rather play a hug a war. Wait. I wanna play a tug of war. I'd rather play a hug a war. Where everyone hugs instead of tugs. Where everyone giggles and rolls in the rug. Where everyone kisses and everyone grins. And everyone cuddles and everyone wins. He just has a really satisfying flow sometimes. Right, except for that first one, which didn't have a satisfying flow. I am writing these poems from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here, so please excuse the handwriting, which may not be too clear. But this afternoon by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near, and I'm writing these lines from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. Okay. I mean, he didn't write messy handwriting. Use messy handwriting here, so it's kind of odd. Right? Like, because, like, at most you could do is, like, just have this be written in messy handwriting. But he didn't even do that. So it's not really interesting. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I like this. Oh, if you're a bird, be an early bird, and catch the worm for your breakfast plate. If you're a bird, be an early bird. But if you're a worm, sleep late. Right, so a matter of perspective. Right, so one person does a thing, and that affects someone else. I really like this one. This is cute. Sky seasoning. A piece of sky broke off and fell through the crack in the ceiling, right into my soup. Kerplop! I read in my state that I usually hate lentil soup, but I ate every drop. Delicious, delicious, a bit like plaster. But so delicious, goodness sake, I could have eaten a lentil soup lake. It's amazing the difference a bit of sky can make. This is fun, I like it. It's basically the, it's the, oh, what's the word? It's the placebo effect. Ugh, almost forgot it. It's basically the placebo effect. He thought the sky fell into his soup, and that made the difference. Two boxes met upon the road, said one unto the other, If you're a box and I'm a box, then you must be my brother. Our sides are thin, we're caving in, and we must get no thinner. And so two boxes, hand in hand, went home to have their dinner. I don't know if you find this funny. This true story. Yeah, this morning I jumped on my horse and went out for a ride. And some wild outlaws chased me and they shot me on the inside. So I crawled into a wildcat's cave to find a place to hide. But some pirates found me sleeping there and soon they had me tied to a pole and built a fire under me. I almost cried. Until a mermaid came and cut me loose and I begged me to be my bride. So I said I'd come back Wednesday, but I lied. That I ran into a jungle swamp, but I forgot my guide. And I stepped into some quicksand, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get out until I met a water snake named Clyde, who pulled me to some cannibals who planned to have me tried. But an eagle came and swooped me up, and through the air we fried. But he dropped me in a boiling lake 1,000 miles wide. And you'll never guess what happened then. And you'll never guess what I did then. I died. Right. Sorry for not reading it so fluidly. I don't like this one so much. I don't like this one. Okay, there's two. I mean, the ending is alright, I guess. And the only clever thing I can see is the fact that like the words all rhyme. So we got ride, side, hide, tide, Clyde, right. So it's like, and I think that's also an element of the fact that it isn't a true story, because he's making it up as he goes along. That's why they all rhyme. I love that. So that one element is good, I guess. But it wasn't fun to read. Sometimes he writes something that you just don't understand why he wrote it. Like he just wanted to write something, show something weird. Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. Well, what do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh gee, it's up to my knee. Oh my, it's up to my thigh. Oh fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh heck, it's up to my neck. Oh dread, it's a... Right, so it's like... I don't know why he wrote that. I mean... I sort of like the progression in the second half. A little bit. I like this one. Hector the Collector collected bits of string. Collected dolls with broken heads, and rusty bells that would not ring. Pieces out of picture puzzles, bent up nails and ice cream sticks. Twists of wires, worn out tires, paper bags and broken bricks. Old chip vases, half shoelaces, Gatling guns that wouldn't shoot, leaky boats that wouldn't float, and stepped up horns that wouldn't toot. Butter knives that had no handles, copper keys that fit no locks, rings that were too small for fingers, dried up leaves and patched up socks. Worn-out belts that had no buckles, electric trains that had no tracks, airplane bottles, broken bottles, three-leg chairs, and cups of cracks. Hector the Collector loved these things with all his soul, loved them more than shining diamonds, loved them more than glistening gold. Hector called to all the people, come and share my treasure trunk, and all the silly, sightless people came and looked and called it junk. Okay, there's a part of me that wants to collect stuff like that, right, just to have stuff from the years, but I don't have that, Right, so this is fun to say, and has a great ending, so. Okay, the Googies are coming. The Googies are coming. So this is a change. It wasn't the Googies. It was the Gypsies. The Gypsies are coming. But apparently the word Gypsy is a slur, so we can't have that. Right, so the word Gypsy is also, like, floats better on the tongue. So it'd be like, the Gypsies are coming. The Gypsies are coming, the old people say, to buy little children and take them away. 50 cents for fat ones, 20 cents for lean ones, 15 cents for dirty ones, 30 cents for clean ones. a nickel each for mean ones. The gypsies are coming in maybe tonight to buy little children and lock them up tight. 80 cents for husky ones, quarter for the weak ones, penny each for noisy ones, $1 for the meek ones. 40 cents for happy ones, 11 cents for sad ones. And kiddies, when they come to buy, it won't do any good to cry, but just between yourself and I, they never buy the bad ones. Right, but you said they buy mean ones. Right, but they don't buy bad ones. Oh yeah, that's nice. Right, so like, it wasn't googies, it was gypsies. Right, and gypsy rolls of the tongue better. Right, this is cute. Okay, so, this is just a simple little poem called 1 inch tall. People think about what it'd be like to be small all the time. Right, there's a movie called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And there's like, all kinds of games where you play like a small character. Video games where you play a small character. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd ride a worm to school. The teardrop of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of cake would be a feast, and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you looked beneath the door, and it would take about a month to get down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You swing upon a spider's thread, and swear a thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. You surf across the kitchen sink upon a stint of stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mama, you'd just have to hug her thumb. You'd run from people's feet in fright. To move a fen would take all night. This poem took 14 years to write, 'cause I'm just 1 inch tall. I don't know about this one. This one's got flow. I don't really enjoy it that much. There's a family of wrens who live upstairs. Upstairs, upstairs, upstairs. Inside my hat, all cozy in. My hair, my hair, my hair. I've moved a dozen times and still, they're there, they're there, they're there. I like to get away from them, but where, but where, but where? This hat just isn't big enough to share, to share, to share. But now I see you're bored and you don't care, don't care, don't care. About the wrens who live inside my hair, my hair, my hair. Yeah, I don't like the flow there. And he's right, yes, I am bored. Ooh, I don't remember this one. I mean, I think I read it, but it's kind of like left me. Old man Simon planted a diamond, grew himself a garden the likes of none. Sprouts slow growing, coming up glowing, fruit of jewels while shining the sun. Colors of the rainbow, see the sun and ring grow. Sapphires and rubies and ivory vines. Grapes of jade, just ripening the shade, just ready for the squeezing into green jade wine. Pure gold corn there, blowing in the warm air. Old coral nibbling on the amethyst seeds. In between the diamonds, old man Simon curls about pulling out plantman weeds. Pink pearl berries, all you can carry, put 'em in a bushel and haul 'em into town. Up in the tree there's opal nuts and gold pears. Hurry quick, grab a thick, and shake some down. Take a silver tighter, emerald tomato, fresh, plump coral melons hanging in reach. Old man Simon, digging his diamonds, stops and rests and dreams about one real peach. Right, so wait, can you eat them or not? Can you eat the food? Some of them are kind of just duds. Like this one. Ridiculous Rose. Her mama said, don't eat with your fingers. Okay, so Ridiculous Rose. So she ate with her toes. Oh, and here is the namesake. Here's the titular poem. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moon bird rests from the flight, and the tool in the peppermint wind. And there the moonbow rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street wanes and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk-white arrows go, to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk-white arrows go. For the children they mark, and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. It's satisfying. I like it. Snowman. 'Twas the first day of the springtime, and the snowman stood alone, as the winter snows were melting, and the pine tree seemed to groan. Ah, you poor sad sprightly snowman, you'll be melting by and by, said the snowman. What a pity, for I like to see July. Yes, I like to see July, and please don't ask me why, but I like to, yes, I like to. Oh, I'd like to see July. Chapter Robin, just arriving, seasons come and seasons go, and the greatest ice must crumble when its flowers time to grow. And as one thing is beginning, so another thing must die, and there's never been a snowman who has ever seen July. No, they never see July, no matter how they try. No, they never see July. But the snowman sniffed his carrot nose and said, at least I'll try. And he barely smiled his frosty smile and blinked his coal black eye. And he bravely smiled his crusty smile and blinked his coal black eye. And there he stood and faced the sun, a-blazing from the sky, and I really cannot tell you if he ever saw July. Did he ever see July? You can guess as well as I. If he ever saw July. Yeah, I don't like the ending. Right, it kinda just sounds like an ending. You're right, like, oh, I needed to finish that. Wasn't great. Okay, so crocodile toothache. Yeah, I remember this one. I've read it like several times. No interesting to me. The crocodile went to the dentist and sat down in the chair, and the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth, I have a terrible ache in my tooth." And he opened his jaw so wide, that the dentist he climbed right inside, and the dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" as he pulled the teeth out, one by one. And the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so, please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho ho ho, and he said, "I still have 12 to go." "Oops, that's the wrong one, I confess, but what's one crocodile tooth, more or less?" Then suddenly the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone, right off the snap. And where he went one could only guess, to north, to south, or east or west. He left no forwarding address, but what's one distance, more or less? Oh, that is not the poem I remember. Okay, so I remember a poem about a crocodile going to the dentist, and it wasn't like that. So I actually thought, okay, I like the other poem more. I don't know, like that was kind of, what's one more dentist, more or less? Why did he write that? Okay, wild boar. If you tell me the wild boar has 20 teeth, I'll say, why, sure. Or say that he has 33, that number's quite alright with me. Or scream that he has 99, I'll never say that you are lying. For the number of teeth in the wild boar's mouth is a subject I'm glad I know nothing about. I like this. I wasn't expecting you to like that. Yeah. There's so many things I just don't care about. Yeah. This is a poem for kids. Like, yeah. This is a book for kids. I love it. If you tell me that wild boar has 20 teeth, I'll say, why, sure. Or say that he has 37. Or say that he has 33. That number's quite alright with me. Or scream that he has 99. I'll never say that you are lying. For the number of teeth in the wild boar's mouth is a subject I'm glad I know nothing about. Nothing about. Okay, is that supposed to be a lisp? Or is it just a rhyme? It kind of feels like a lisp in a way. Okay, Lester. Lester was given a magic wish by the goblin who lives in the banyan tree. And with his wish, he wished for 2 more wishes. So now instead of just 1 wish, he cleverly had 3. And with each one of those wishes, he simply wished for 3 more wishes. Right? Which gave him 3 old wishes. plus 9 new. And with each of these 12, he slyly wished for 3 more wishes, which added up to 46. Or is it 52? He didn't even get the answer. So it's like a child is reading it, and they don't know how to do math. So I like that aspect. Well, anyway, he used each wish to wish for 7 wishes till he had 5,7,018,034, and then he spread them on the ground, and clapped his hands, and danced around, and skipped and sang, and then sat around, and sat down, and wished for more. And more they multiplied, while other people smiled and cried, and loved and reached, and touched and felt. Lester sat amid his wealth, stacked mountain high like stacks of gold, sat and counted and grew old, and then one Thursday night they found him, dead, with his wishes piled around him. And they counted the lot and found that not a single one was missing. All shiny and new, here, take a few, and think of Lester as you do. In a world of apples and kisses and shoes, he wastes his wishes on wishing. This kind of sounds like a billionaire, who doesn't spend his money. Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. Yeah, so that was kind of boring to read. But, I don't know. I guess you can take it as a bad billionaire. Drats. Can anyone lend me 2 80-pound rats? I want to rid my house of cats. Right, so it's very enjoyable. I guess I'm gonna end this video here, because I read The Giving Tree, I read Where the Sidewalk Ends, I know I end the attic, so I'll just end here. A tree house, a free house, a secret you and me house, a high up in the leafy branches cozy as can be house, a street house, a neat house, be sure and wipe your feet house, is not my kind of house at all, let's go live in a tree house. Okay, so I'm going to put the PDFs in the description, and also a reading of The Giving Tree, because it's really nice. Have a nice day. Oh yeah, this one's famous. Lazy, 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 lazy Jane. She wants to drink a